I'm Steve, and along with my brother Clyde, we're usually just referred to as the Graf boys. We were raised in the backcountry of New Zealand's fourth largest national park. As kids, life in the bush was just one great big adventure, and we soon learnt a great respect for our wilderness. Our mother had the arduous job of raising 5 kids on just the basics, while our father was a professional deer hunter. It was only natural we'd follow in his footsteps. Often carrying stags in excess of 100 kilos can be difficult, but at the same time it was exciting. Now we travel the country in search of those wild places. We've traded our rifles for cameras and set about capturing New Zealand on film.
This is our charter boat, Wildfire, and this is the one we use for all our business, but probably 75% of our work is the kiwi spotting at night.
What are the kiwi feeding on?
There's a variety of food they eat. In the bush it's mainly invertebrates, millipedes, centipedes, slugs, snails, slaters.
I'll just be very careful down here because the beak has got a few little roots around it. The last thing we want to do is snap anything off. Now look at that. That's just amazing, isn't it? It's one of the great things of Stewart Island in particular. You just never know what you're going to find. One thing we've learned over the years is that in order to achieve your goal, you must persist right up to the last minute, because sometimes it's that ongoing perseverance that gets you the outstanding shot that you could have otherwise missed out on.
Our destination this week is both accessible and isolated. Surrounded by mountains and skirted by the root-burn track on the eastern side, the Hollyford Valley is going to be our playground and our home for the next few days.
Lots of paraphernalia in here, some of old Davy's guns, Grandma's iron here. This is a challenge for the girls. They used to put that on the old coal range and it weighs the equivalent of 1 stone, 14 pounds. So we get all the girls to lift that. And here's one to make the kids grizzle actually. That there is the original dentist drill. Alright, and they used to stick it in your mouth and grind away while they were peddling, and you didn't have injections, mate. Ouch! That's what made me mean.
Ooh, was he going to go here or what? Hey? He come in close there, didn't he? Just saw my little shaky little cheeks going. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. By crikey, that's what it's about, friends, that's what it's about. A scary red stag coming in close and allowing you to get a few shots.
Can't do better than that, look at that.
This week we're out to catch trout, big trout. We also encounter creepy crawlies, dead things, and show Master Chef how it's done. 3 days of backpacking and trout fishing paradise.
Interesting how brown trout fight versus rainbows. They fight with their body weight rather than their brains, I suppose. They don't go rushing madly all around the place, and he took a little bit of getting in, but beautiful trout. I'd say somewhere between 8 and 9 pounds. Spectacular brown trout. Let him go for another day. Great to see them swim away, isn't it? I won't kill a fish in this river, but it's nice to cook a trout, so we managed to bring a slice of taupo trout up to cook anyway. Some lemon pepper, a little bit of brown sugar, move it around here. Looks a bit yuck, but that'll just dribble everywhere all over it. I like a nice smoky fire, enough heat under there just to cook it through and smoke it at the same time, so 15 minutes should be just beauty. Above us in this area we're running through here is all called the Ecology Wilderness Zone, and it's a no landing zone for any aircraft. It is a big chunk of wilderness and a truly special piece of the country. I enjoy it a lot because I've taken the opportunity to share the cost of a helicopter with friends at times, so it makes it sort of like $300 each or something like that, and we're in here for 3 to 5 days, so I mean that's not $1 million. I mean, people will spend $100 to go to a rugby match, go to the World Cup, go to a concert. I choose to save some money and make this a holiday, and I enjoy it a lot because I can come in here. I know that someone's not going to dump on a river above me when I'm fishing. I come in here because there's not a lot of people in here, because if you come in here you've really got to do it the hard way. You've got to be prepared to put a backpack on your back and walk.
Couple of days here. We're coming out Friday. Is that right? Friday morning about 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's a 10 to 20 wide angle, and this one here is a 150 to 500. So that's your zoom shot. That's the one for the animals, and this is the one for the scenery. Super stuff. He's one of our most endangered birds right here, aren't they, Steve?
I think we're onto a bunch of bulls at this time of year. The bulls are starting to congregate together. It seems like we've seen a few bulls just in this area. We've got avalanches there. Open the country down below. Don't quote me. Pretty certain so. There's a little bit of brown fur in there. See if you can zoom in on it, Sean.
Does that look like ruby rock to you?
No, that looks like schist.
Yeah, that's what I would have said as well.
So tell us about ruby rock.
Well, it's been classed as New Zealand's only gemstone, and it contains...
This is the real ruby rock that the Kiwis have thrown away for more than 120 years. It falls down from the broken off from the Alps and have been roll around. Men can make now sapphire, men can make now ruby, men can make now diamond, but they can never make a rock like this. Never. West coast of New Zealand is the only place in whole the world. And therefore I put on my brochure, New Zealand best kept secret.
That, my friends, that's what Wild Weekend Adventures is about. So we'll see you next week.